What's good, everyone? Welcome to today's aftermarket trade recap. Just going to quickly try to go over this since it's a little late and just start with a little bit of price action and then try to quickly go into the actual trade. But what I was looking for this morning was to see us continue lower. That's kind of what I was looking for on Monday as well. I didn't take a trade yesterday, but I wanted to see us come down and take out these London and Asian lows yesterday before continuing higher, which if we were going to continue higher, I should say. And that's exactly what we did. But we're starting to show signs that, this could have been the all time highs up here. So it's the exact thing I wanted to see today. I wanted to see, if we are going to continue higher, to take out the London low. And that's eventually what we did. But in the AM session, I'm not really going to go over them because it's just, there's too many. Or I wouldn't say there's too many, but there is definitely a few setups that I could have taken throughout the day. I know like 10:30 though, that's when I was getting off the charts, and usually I won't take a trade before 10:30 through 11, just so in case it doesn't go past 11. But there definitely was a setup there, and there was a few during PM. But at the start of PM, I was out of the house, and this is where it leads kind of into the trade. So I took the trade on my phone. I mean, again, it's not something I really like to do. I'm not like super against it, but it's definitely something I could have avoided taking if I was on my actual computer and my setup. And so, not really mad from that part. I actually, the risk was pretty great. I was keeping the risk tight, and I even did it tighter. I never move my stop losses lower, and I don't really move them at all. But today was a time where I moved it a little bit higher, and it did kind of screw me. But it's better to lessen the risk than put on more risk. So basically, we were starting to come into the the PM session, and we ended up creating a SMT right here. So from this low to here, and it was a pretty far distance SMT, so that was something I like to see. And then the problem is, though, where on the setup that this could have been avoided is, and again, I did actually enter on the next candle just when I got in. Again, the delay between going from TradingView on my phone to TopSub. But what is something I noticed is I took a 1 minute inversion, but the thing that I could have avoided this while looking on my phone is that there was actually a 3 minute that did not get inversed in the process yet, as you guys can see here. Let me turn that to just a fair value gap real quick. But yeah, so where I inversed was literally the tap of the 3 minute. So kind of struggled once we tapped into the 3 minute. We literally, where I entered again is like the 3 minute, and we were holding it, as you guys can see. And if I would have just kept my stop at the original, I think it was, again, this is like an estimate, but I'm pretty sure I had it right below this fair value gap. I would have been fine in the sense that this would have just been a stopped out at break even trade. But since I did see we were struggling here, and again, I hadn't even noticed the 3 minute until I looked at this way later in the day. But it's just once I saw the struggle and everything like that, the fact that I'm on my phone, I just didn't really have confidence, too much confidence after the trade was going through. And that's just because of the fact, too, is like my bias was to go lower throughout the day. So again, I just took this because I figured, it looked like it was going to be a break even trade. And again, even if it's not, then it's fine going for it just because of the risk reward. But yeah, so once I saw that we were struggling at my entry, I ended up moving it to around literally 8 points or 7.75. I know I got stopped like pretty much at like a tick. And then eventually, as you guys can see on the 3 minute, we did end up inversing right here. Whereas if I would have taken this on a 3 minute time frame, let me actually put the sessions away real quick, and then now let me remove this. Oh, and then I forgot to mention too, I was targeting the lunch highs for the day, just because again I had that kind of bias, that of going lower. So I figured let's see if we can take out the lunch highs for continuing lower. But yeah, if I would have done the 3 minute, could have had stops our stop probably around, yeah, this low. So actually a pretty good setup, 10 points, perfect for me. And we would have taken out these equal highs, which is again would have been my break even point before getting stopped out at break even, but it would have been a way better setup just because again it's the highest time frame inverse. I should have only inverse on the 3 minute, but yeah, that was only just a one and done for the day. I just didn't really want to take anything after that, and I think one thing I'm going to start doing is honestly going back to one trade a day. It's something I thought about, and just see how it goes. And again, I don't know how long it's going to hold, but I think that it's going to entice me to not try and force setups. Again, I don't think this was terrible, but it's just the fact that I didn't realize it. I was on my phone and everything like that. But yeah, so that is it for today. We still have the rest of the week, and see you guys sometime this week.